I talked about children in school. When I talked about this legislation yesterday, I talked about it in terms of America's children. Children are my why I went from housewife to House Speaker, because of the children, that 1 in 5 children in America lives in poverty. As a mother of 5, I couldn't abide that and wanted to make a difference in public policy. 1 in 5 goes to sleep hungry at night. That was even before the coronavirus. And I've always said that the 3 most important issues facing the Congress are our children, our children, our children. Their health, their education, the economic security of their families, including the pension security for their grandparents, and an environment in which they can thrive safely, a world at peace in which they can reach their fulfillment. Well, the first 3 of those, their health, their education, and the economic security of their families, was very much affected by the Biden American Rescue Plan. We're very proud of what it does for children, their health, their education, and the economic security of their families. Today on the floor, we go to that 4th place, a safe environment in which our children can thrive by passing the background check legislation. It's hard to imagine legislation being more popular than the rescue plan, 75%, whatever. This legislation, background checks, closer to 90%. Bipartisan support across the country, receiving the support of gun owners, hunters, and the rest. They've all had to do a background check. Why shouldn't others? Our chairman of the task force, Mike Thompson, is a hunter, is a veteran, and is a gun owner. And he has had, again, protective of the First Amendment rights of gun owners, but also protective of the survival of our children. So I see this issue through the eyes of our children. I tell my colleagues the stories when I go to like a child care center in my district several years ago. We're playing on the floor with stuff, and all of a sudden a balloon burst and the kids yell, "Drop." 4-year-old children yelling, "Drop." And that is not unusual in certain communities. What are we doing to our children? As Senator Murphy this morning in our press conference talked about what it does to the well-being of children to live in a dangerous atmosphere. And so we all know about the children in Newtown, and I thought for sure we would get gun violence prevention legislation passed then, but they said no, time and time again. Florida, Nevada, you name it, all over the country. So here we are with this legislation, and we're very optimistic that with 90% support in the public and with a public awareness, again, the drumbeat created by the people out there, the survivors of gun violence. We told them we're not resting until we get this job done. And today we're taking a giant step in that direction for the children. And as I say about these members of Congress, there's no, if you're afraid to vote for gun violence prevention because of your political survival, understand this: the political survival of none of us is more important than the survival of our children and the fear that they have of this.